And welcome on into the Insane Games in the Northway Plaza for episode 9 of Behind the Counter. We got Mike, Dave, and myself up here in Queensbury, New York, and down south in the Countryside Mall, Clearwater, Florida, Insane Games. We got Tyler, Unleash the Beast, episode 9. You ready?
Ready?
Ready. Let's go. And we're back for episode 9 of Behind the Counter, presented by Insane Games. Make sure throughout the episode you follow us on Facebook NY, Facebook FL on Facebook. You can follow us at Twitter at pod_BTC. You can also follow us on Instagram at Behind the Counter, YouTube Behind the Counter, and Twitch at Insane Video Games.
You mean Insane Games FL and Insane Games NY?
What did I say?
You said Facebook NY and Facebook
Did
FL.
I heard it correctly, but I'm also a 4-hour drive away from just being asleep.
That's Insane Games NY and Insane Games FL on Facebook. I had a lot of them to plug there.
There's a lot of links.
Episode 9, here we are. What did you guys all do this week? Anything good?
Nothing good at all.
What? Really? Nothing? You didn't have a stream on Thursday or anything where you domed some people?
Obviously that week. On Wednesday we played Godzilla with Dave. And a little Tekken. We won't go too deep into that because it was a little absurd.
We should go deep into that Tekken.
That was some pretty good Tekken. Mike kind of steamrolled.
He did get one victory though. I'm not sure if that was his first, but
yeah, let's give him a round of applause for the victory
matters,
over Mike.
I got one.
What, a victory or a kill?
Both.
you got one whole victory
On what?
in Tekken.
I think for some reason I think we were talking about Fortnite. Whatever. I was trying to fix the volume, so I got a little.
That's later on the program. We'll talk about Fortnite.
It was pretty intense for that Tekken match.
I wanted
Dan got
so
the
bad
cheeks
to have
as well.
2 wins, but it was not to be.
Mike, don't
You're
give me
only
that.
a one-time
I got you scared the
victor.
first. Mike and I hopped on to 6 for 1 minute, and I did one match against Mike. In the first round, I beat him, and he got very nervous.
And
Very
then
nervous.
Heihachi came out of his shell. He put you in your place.
I like watching Mike play fighting games because the first time he doesn't take it very seriously, and then if something doesn't go as scheduled or things like that, just the extra squint,
He gets
the
nervous.
the muscles fill up, the controller gets gripped a little tighter, and then like combos that he hasn't been done for the last 4 rounds start getting whipped out and like used. I get yelled at when I do word-related puns and crap like that, and you also do.
There's one person that really yells at me when I do puns, and that is you, sir.
So boo!
So if you guys don't know, we've been doing a lot of on our Twitch account this week, and moving forward, I think we like to have Dave on Wednesday nights. Dave will be streaming live on his DAM314 channel and the Insane Video Games channel on Wednesday nights. Then Mike and myself will be doing Insane Games late night on Thursday nights, where we'll be sitting here playing whatever, something, chit-chatting.
Are we doing Halo?
I heard we could be doing Halo this week.
It was requested.
It was
highly
requested.
last week
and
on the episode.
I definitely got to train a little bit if I'm going to get on in front of the people.
Requested by one person.
If I'm going to get on in front of the people and play Halo.
I hopped on and I was destroying people in here the other day.
And then
was
eventually we
ridiculous.
would like to have Tyler have his own at some point, maybe Saturday night or Friday night down in Clearwater, where you guys can get a little familiar with the store down there, and maybe some of the employees guest appearing down there. You don't know too much about the Florida setting down there, so eventually we'd like to get to that. So we definitely have a lot coming to our Twitch channel, so make sure you check that out. I'm excited for that. I think that'll be fun. And then for me this week, it's been up here doing a lot of random trade-ins, doing some sales, rearranging the store all week long for the spring. So getting ready for that. Trying to prepare for our Saratoga Comic-Con coming up here in a couple weeks, April 6th and 7th. Make sure you check out both our booths for in the main room and the exhibitor room. All 4 of us will be there for that. All 5 of us will probably be there for that. So make sure you check us out then. Tyler, what have you been up to all week? Anything?
Playing a lot of Fortnite and watching a lot of basketball. So things that lead to me pulling my hair out. My bracket's officially busted after Syracuse just beat Michigan State, and
Woo, go Qs.
yeah. And then my and Fortnite, I'm getting good. I'm averaging at least a kill or 2 every game. I made it to the top 5 this week, and I was super nervous. I thought my heart was going to come out of my chest, but it was a lot of fun. But other than that, not too much. Not too much.
And for my part, I was building a couple new PCs at our place and just going through the headache that is installing Windows 7 on brand new hardware that is awful for reasons that shall remain undiscussed for reasons of blood pressure.
Gotta keep the blood pressure low.
I was talking to Boda before. I have no patience for computer programming. No patience for trying to fix a problem on a computer. I just get so mad. Like right now, I have my laptop that's been charging on my windowsill for like a week, and now like the whole bottom start bar is just disappeared. It's gone. It's coming up like I know there's an error with it. I don't know if it's because it was frozen from all the cold air coming through the window, but I have no patience for trying to fix computers. No patience.
Speaking of things that we don't have a lot of patience for, things that make our blood boil, things that white knuckle controllers and or other things in our lifetime, games you hate. Anybody care to addition to that first? I know there's a ton of ground to cover, and there'll be a lot of balm and a lot of salt.
First,
Tyler strikes first. All right.
Who said that? Who said that?
I'm pretty sure it came from Clearwater, Florida, but
There's supposed to be a mouse in my store or something.
right, because you wouldn't dare say it yourself.
Halo is wicked stupid, and we all know it.
So, Tyler, what makes you hate Halo? What about it disconnects from you? What do you...
I just don't like I guess you could say the style of the game is fine. I like shooting games, but I just don't like futuristic shooting games. I think that's why I was turned off by Halo at first. And, Advanced Warfare for Call of Duty and, Infinite Warfare were also very similar, I felt, to Halo as well. But I just I don't know. I didn't like any of the guns that they had. I thought the storyline was stupid, but I just haven't been a big Halo fan. The only Halo I played, though, was Halo 2, 3, and 4.
You're just bad at Halo. That's why you don't like to play it. You're bad. You're awful.
I'm content with being bad at Halo. It's a stupid game.
Are you a little biased because you're a PlayStation boy, or?
I've been an Xbox. So I went from PS2 to 360 to Xbox One to PS4. So I'm pretty much a mix in between.
So now you're not quite a PlayStation guy anymore. You're in the middle.
Well, no, right now I'm a PlayStation guy.
Hear that? LeBron James himself saying he might be on the Cavs next year. He might be playing for him. He's not sure though.
He's right on the edge of coming back to Xbox.
It's obvious that his loyalties are shaky.
You're the Kevin Durant of PlayStation.
The snake.
The KD.
Speaking of KD, he just got injured for 2 weeks, and I'm about to go into the final or the semifinals of my fantasy basketball league, and I just watched the season just
Fantasy
drop,
what?
just like that.
Well, that's what you deserve. Because
I deserve that.
you already got your football one, so
Fantasy basketball is very hard to monitor. You got to do that every single day.
Fantasy basketball, and of course Kevin Durant decides to take a dookie on me, and said, "I'm just gonna break my ribs."
You're one and
quick."
done, kid.
I'm not one and done.
Next season, we'll all know about it. I think you'll finish last.
I'll be a fraud, just like Virginia basketball.
Wow.
Any fraud you want to pick?
The brackets keep changing every day. Dave, what do you got for game you can't stand?
MMORPGs. I don't like them. Namely, that I don't like that I have to be able to gather up a group of 10 to 15 people to do something. It's the same reason I'm not a very big fan of like Pokemon Go and a lot of the aspects of it. I don't necessarily want to, every time I want to do this, get 10 people to be online at the same time so that I can go do it. I want to, at 5 in the afternoon, be like, I'm going to go play for 15, 20 minutes, and then not be saddled with then having to text every single friend I have who plays the game and be like, please, I want to beat this guy. I know you guys probably had that with Destiny as well, didn't you? There were certain bosses
That's
that
true.
it's just impossible to...
That's another stupid game.
So
right
MMO
there.
FPSs, just massive online multiplayer anything where I have to know people are on my team. It's part of the reason that I do like the Battle Royale style of games that are getting popular now,
Right.
because I don't have to have anybody. I can just jump in on my own and make those decisions, make those mistakes, or do well or not succeed on my own.
It's a very lone wolf style, Dave.
It is.
He's
It is. It's part of the reason I love the Metal Gear Solid series so much, because I alone, as Solid Snake, wrecked everybody's house.
So long as he could reload save points often enough.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Probably
Mike,
got so many exclamation points. But games I hate, I'll start off with anything PlayStation exclusive. Those can burn.
hey, when you don't like PlayStation, you got to expect that.
Most of them are dumb. The only one I'll say is good is Bloodborne. Crash is coming to Xbox, so not really concerned.
So it was-
Uncharted, wicked stupid.
So Bloodborne or Crash was on the stupid list, but now he's like someone opened
I
the
don't-
velvet rope for him, and now you're like, well.
I always
So does that
accepted
Mike's
him.
the Kevin Durant of Xbox?
I appreciate some PlayStation, but I'm an Xbox guy at heart.
A Way Out's
And
a PS4 exclusive, and I know you're going to be one to play it.
Are you sure?
A la Aaron Hernandez.
I thought it was on Xbox, but
No, I'm
I'm-
pretty sure it's a PS4 exclusive.
say I'm definitely not going to play it then. I'm going to add that to the stupid list.
Wait, let me look that up so I'm not giving misinformation. I don't want to do that.
Do I feel maybe a little Overwatch on that list?
Overwatch.
A
put,
A Way Out is Xbox One too. My bad.
All right,
I was
so
thinking of Days
Am I
Gone.
back
heating
on
up?
the not stupid list. But Overwatch, I put 200 hours in it, so I won't say I hate it, but I hate it now. As of now, I hate it.
Why do you hate it?
Why do you hate it, Mike?
I've just had too much of it. It's time to move on. Playing
Why
a
you
bunch
salty,
of different
boy?
games. Well, I'm not salty because I'm the best at it, so. But I want to move on to the main game that I hate the most, which is Assassin's Creed.
Oh.
Ooh, like in general, the whole series?
The whole series.
I wanna actually step in here because my pick was gonna be Assassin's Creed Unity. So I'll let you talk on the series in general, but then I'll say like that specific one.
I
Make sure I'm
picked
not
up
blocking you.
Assassin's Creed when it came out, I think around 2006 to 2008.
2007. Yeah.
I played it, and I thought it was good, but I hate the whole Animus storyline part. Like, they break my immersion every 20 minutes. I just never feel truly immersed. I feel like they should have just had each one be an individual story. And they're all repetitive. They come out with one every year. Assassin's Creed 3, I think, in particular, was bad. They made that one particularly easy for people that haven't played games, and they made it, like, noobed up, pretty much, as I would say. But Assassin's Creed.
Wow.
So wait, you're saying you didn't like it because it's.
I need to write down where I gotta censor that out. I'll be right back.
So you're saying.
651.
I like that it was very calm too. It was a very calculated f bomb.
I was not expecting that.
So you're saying you don't like games that are because it comes out every year, but then we have other games that, sports games aside, because to be honest, every year the rosters are different. So, you know,
Kinda need it.
your favorite team kind of throws out your Tyrod Taylors and then loves them and cares about them and then throws them away to the Cleveland, the Upside Browns. But so like Call of Duty and things like that, would you lot that in with that like things you don't like about it because it doesn't?
Some
Sometimes
Call of Duties
give.
deserve it, like Advanced Warfare, Ghosts. Or Ghost isn't that bad. Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare. But-
There's the ones where you can tell that they really were like, yes, let's focus on this one, and then they're like the in between years where it's like, let's just do last year's and re-release it.
Yeah, some people prefer the certain developers, and if you're waiting for those, it comes out like every 3 years. So,
So with Assassin's Creed, I actually ended up writing an article on the blog whatyoureading.com because Assassin's Creed Unity made me stop playing the series. I enjoyed the series. 1 was good, 2 and Brotherhood were great, Revelations was good, 3 was good, 4 was great, I enjoyed Rogue, whatever. Unity, I hopped into it and it was just... And I started playing it after they patched everything. It was broken as all get out when it came out. But I hopped into it and just, it didn't grab me at all. There was no reason for it. It was just like, oh, look, you're doing what Ezio did in Assassin's Creed 2, but with less charisma. For the entire hour and a half that I tried getting into it, I tried to give it that fair chance because I'm one of those that was always in the Assassin's Creed corner. I liked the framing device of the Animus. I liked that they tried different things. And then they just kept going further and further away from that. You mentioned 3 where they, actually it was Revelations where they changed the control scheme a whole lot from the puppeteering thing, which now you would go back to and be like, wow, that's really weird.
Yeah.
But they change it a little and you're like, I want to like you, stop doing this. And Unity was where it just stopped. Unity is what I would have picked, yeah. Dan?
Well, I've always hated Assassin's Creed because they come out with so many of them so often.
They've been
from a
better about
retailer
that.
standpoint-
They actually decided to stop doing that, and it was like 2 or 3 years before Origins came out, which
Right.
everyone... Origins is what would get me back into it if I have the time to go back to Assassin's Creed.
And,
heard good
and,
things.
They realized it was a
Origins-
problem,
And
yeah.
Origins sold a lot, but every year it
So
was a
Call
new
of
one.
Duty doesn't do that, Dan?
Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3, then all the... What?
So Call of Duty doesn't release a new game every year?
Call of Duty has a following to release one every year. Assassin's Creed has a smaller following that people have to deal with getting the game. It was just way overplayed.
So this puts the idea forward. That company also owned a famous IP. Would you rather have more Assassin's Creed games or more Prince of Persia games?
What? Neither,
Prince
Dave.
of Persia had a sick soundtrack on back in the day.
The first Prince of Persia, well, not the first one, that like one on Xbox
Sands of
original.
Time?
Yeah, I like that one. That was fun.
What?
I actually I didn't play that trilogy from a couple generations ago. I played Prince of Persia 2008, which I enjoyed. It was an interesting art style, and I was like, oh, I could do with more of this. But if that got the response, whatever gets the most response, and it happened to be Assassin's Creed, that they would run it into the ground.
Murdered that Prince of Persia.
What about Prince of Persia on the NES?
NES,
Super hard.
please. I played that back in like Windows 3.1 or whatever.
And I'm going to agree here with Amp Slayer that quality is a lot better than quantity.
Yes.
In Assassin's Creed, I feel, and sometimes even with Call of Duty, I feel like sometimes they get a little sloppy with how
little?
quickly.
A little?
They're
They're just climbing back to the numbers they had previously to the last 18 hiccups.
because they tried something new and it was a complete disaster. No one wants jetpacks, climbing
And
up the walls, all the other random miscellaneous stuff that they
everybody
do.
pooped all over that, and yet they were those are the same people that were like, I hate the wall running, and then they were doing it all over all the games, and it was like, shh, hypocrite, shh.
I would much rather that one of these big games, whatever, to have a 2 or 3 year development cycle, and each game be a really, really good game, if not a great game. And I know you're going to disagree with me, Tyler, but Halo takes like 3 years between major releases, and each one that comes out does new stuff, is a very tight single-player experience, is a fresh multiplayer experience. It's not just the same multiplayer year over year. And maybe you don't like what they're doing in this Halo as opposed to the one 3 years ago. That's fine. You can go back and play Halo Reach on Xbox Live. You can do that. You can have a favorite, but each one, they take an appropriate amount of time to develop.
Master Chief Collection as well.
Careful with that Duke Nukem reference, Amp Slayer. That's a sore subject for me, all right?
I mean, there was no way Duke Nukem could have been anywhere as good as it needed to be after 15 years.
Nope, there wasn't a
That
singular
being said,
chance.
it was perfect poetic justice that it sucked.
So,
at the end of it.
should I give you my short list or the long list of games that I hate?
Let's go with the short list.
Because you go
jumped-
rapid fire,
you
but
jumped-
then get to your most hated at the end.
Yeah, if you want to, hate list stuff, you
What
can
do
just
we
start.
want to? What do you want to call? Which one?
Oh, I was gonna say-
Sports. I hate Madden. Hate NBA. Hate the baseball games. I hate Assassin's Creed. I hate
Assassin's
Titanfall.
I think
my
we're getting the
paper
long
away.
list.
I just look over the wall. I'm gonna go through them. All of them there. Dishonored, Crackdown, Crackdown 1. I kind of like.
I'm just gonna
Dirt
start pointing, and
series.
you tell me yes
you
or
know
no.
what?
Guitar Hero,
Actually,
I have no purpose. I will never play
Dead
Guitar
Island,
Hero.
yes or no?
Can you all just remember in a moment? Owns a video game store, has just listed all of the popular releases for the last 2 decades. Hates them with a fire
When I was younger, I used to watch the people that I hung out with play Mario, and it drove me crazy. I was so bored. I was like, "Can I just leave?" Like it was awful. Ones I really, really hate: Destiny 1.
You played it for a while.
I played it,
and you
but the
loved it.
backstab was deep in Destiny 1.
Loved
You got
it.
burned.
And I left, and I never went back.
That was a personal matter. It wasn't the game's fault.
Well, you know what? We didn't specify that I had to be the developers of the game or whatever. If you got personally
hate the
burned by a
game.
game, that's
Yes.
fine. That's
I
fine.
absolutely hate the game. And World War II I don't like. I gotta say that gave me one. There's no burst gun. No burst gun.
It's just not
No
historically
attention.
accurate.
Nothing.
Back here.
And the one Call of Duty I hate, Infinite Warfare. And Advanced Warfare.
And any more? You
No.
good? You good?
No, I'm
okay,
good.
you're good.
No, very
I
good.
do feel like that's a topic that's such a large list that's something that if we get Dan on the stream sometime during the week, that just like a 2-hour stream where you're playing something and just talking on and on about games you hate. I think that could be
Dan's list
some
is quite
fun
immense.
programming.
I can go on and on. I can go walk
I'm
down up
sure.
and down those aisles and just hate.
Shout out to Sonic as well. I hate him.
Not even the games. The games are fine. I just hate the guy.
He's a wannabe Mario.
But yes, I am hoping that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered comes out pretty soon. Very much so. I think that was the one Call of Duty last time I knew that everyone has played. And I don't think I've met one person that said Modern Warfare 2 was a bad Call of Duty.
Those people keep very quiet. It is not me, by the way. I'm not like low
I
key trying to
loved it.
lowball my opinion. But I've met people that are like, yeah, I didn't like it, but I'm not going to say anything.
Even this one, who shits on a lot of Call of Duties, likes Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
I do?
You've said you do, and you said you're good at it.
No, I didn't.
Wow.
Pretty
So
sure
you don't
we're
like
just,
it?
We're just dish passing.
I've never played it, honestly. That was one of the ones I never played.
Wow.
Did you play the first Modern Warfare?
I played the first. I loved the first Modern
Oh,
Warfare.
maybe that's where
what
I'm
I was
confused
talking
at
about.
then. All right, so I'm
Nikolai was
mistaken.
my boy.
Mistaken. He plays the first one.
But that's kind of an example too that like the first Modern Warfare came out and it kind of revolutionized what Call of Duty was up to that point, and it did really well. The next year was World at War, which was, as I recall, good, but kind of rehashing Modern Warfare back into.
People were like, I want to go back
Yeah,
to
it
the
was
modern.
like
Let's go.
And then the year after that was Modern Warfare 2, and that was like a 2-year development cycle with that developer. While Treyarch did World at War.
No.
I think it was.
Yeah.
No,
So
but
again, let's
Activision, I think.
let's focus on
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's Activision as a publisher, which
What's
which
the
they're
main one
bad
that does
about
that?
that. I'm probably going to be doing a video on my own pretty soon about bad developer
Okay.
practices.
So we've gone over what games we all hate.
Yeah.
Is there any games that we're really, really looking forward to in 2018?
There's an indie title called We Happy Few that I don't think is out yet, but
What?
it's see, I knew, I
know
don't
what
even
it
know
is.
why I
What?
said anything.
I know what it is.
Yeah, it's.
I thought it
more
was
like-
out. Didn't they have like a free version out for a while?
It might have been one of those
Maybe
that was
it's
like an
just
open beta. I
developmental,
could be
yeah.
wrong.
No.
I could be wrong, and it's really.
I thought We Happy Few's already out.
All right, I'm. Maybe. All right, I'm wrong then. In that case, no, I have
okay.
nothing.
Black Ops 4, anyone?
Nothing. Well, Black Ops 4.
Are you excited that one's coming out or no?
Yeah, I'll definitely play it.
I feel
Because you like the
nothing.
third one a lot.
Yeah, 3 was probably my favorite. Well, it's probably my third favorite Call of Duty. The online of that was phenomenal, I thought. And I was ridiculously better than Dan, so
It's not hard.
it's not hard.
Oh my god, Dave, would you play Black Ops 4 or no? That's a no. Mike,
I'll probably have to play it because people are playing it here, but
anything
I
else we're
won't
looking
enjoy it
forward
that
to in
much.
2018 that we're really looking forward to? I'll throw out mine real quick,
MLB The Show 18.
which comes out in what, 2 weeks?
A week.
A week. I'm gonna have I was already burned once, very hard. I'm going to hope for it again. WWE 2K19. I really, really hope they put a GM mode in it. That's all I've ever asked for in a video game, please. If not, I'll be disappointed once again. But yeah, I'll keep going back and waiting for it to come out. I never learned my lesson. WWE always acts to disappoint.
Wow.
Dave, what are you looking for? Any specific game?
Nothing in particular. I mean, I'm excited for a lot of the titles that are coming out, but there's not one that I'm like saving my money aside to like get it or pre-order it anywhere, because I'm spoiled with a wealth of exclusives on my console. And so there's plenty for me to already be swimming through that I enjoy playing.
Don't be using aquatic references.
Because I would say that
Not wet.
if both of the systems were a pool, one of which would be an Olympic-sized swimming pool with exclusives and features and things like that, and the other one would be a kiddie pool filled with fanboy tears. And
Meanwhile, I'm swimming in the ocean of PC games.
But see, that one's already been an ocean for years. The second someone made a game on the internet, it just literally just opened up a depth of like the size of the Marianas Trench, and it was like, well, that's over there, and we're gonna go on land over here, and we're gonna fight amongst ourselves.
Tyler, any games you're really, really looking forward to?
A Way Out is one that I know I want to play for sure. The co-op game. Far Cry 5, that one's going to be good. I'm looking at We Happy Few right now. I actually saw this at E3.
Its
it
trailer
E3
was
last year?
crazy.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. It looks like The Purge almost.
Yeah, I could see that from an atmosphere perspective.
Was
Yeah.
it the person like refusing to take like the happy pill or whatever?
Yeah,
it was gross. Yeah.
Maybe not The Purge, but I remember watching that and I'm like, wow, that looks like a game I really want to play. Because isn't it like based on like the energy of the character too? Like if you take the happy pill or something like that, or
I think it has some sort of sanity meter equivalent. Yeah.
Yep. The world looks different based upon how either happy you are or chemically induced.
so is that one's already on PC?
Is it okay?
It's already out for consoles
Beta,
as well.
yeah, it was on
No, it
Xbox
says
One.
PS4. It's not out yet.
Huh.
Okay.
It says
It might have been an
pre-order.
open beta.
Yeah, that might have been an
Yes.
open beta that I caught and played.
How is it?
I thought it was interesting, although at the time I wasn't very interested in it. So it caught my attention, but not enough for me to watch anything about it afterwards. The whole introduction of it, where like the world is not the world and things like that. Well, like, I mean, who hasn't seen that sci-fi movie starring Snake Plissken as it is? Like,
It reminds me a little bit of Equilibrium if we're talking
Yeah,
sci-fi movies.
right.
Yeah.
Mike, real quick, what do you got for games?
I'm kind of excited for Sea of Thieves. I might play that. It's like a Destiny in the Sea, kind of wet. Anthem, I heard, is supposed to be good. I haven't heard much about it, but everyone I talk to says they're excited for it, so I'll probably give it a shot.
There you go.
Those are two good ones.
So I think we're all kind of looking for something different in 2018. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back. Talk a few more things. Maybe a little Fortnite, because we've been playing that, continuing to play that. Talk a little celebrity gaming. I know that was a big thing that happened this week, so we'll give our thoughts on that. And we'll be back in a few minutes. And we're back, episode 9 of Behind the Counter, presented by Insane Games. As I mentioned before, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to us on a bunch of our social media platforms. Insane Games NY and Insane Games FL on Facebook, pod_BTC on Twitter, Behind the Counter on Instagram, Behind the Counter on YouTube, and also Insane Video Games on Twitch. And make sure you check out our Twitch channel for the rest of the week. We'll be live with Dave on Wednesday nights. We'll be live with Mike and I on Thursday nights. So we're bringing a lot more content to our Twitch channel besides our lovely little podcast here that we all like to sit down and talk. But each individual program kind of gives you a little insight to each one of us separately, so we're glad to be doing that. Big thing that happened this week on Fortnite is Drake got on and played a little Fortnite with the Twitch channel Ninja. I think they got how many viewers? Does anyone know how many viewers they got?
600,000.
600,000. Mike and I have been watching him a little bit this week. And, I didn't realize he'd been such a big, going all the way back to Halo. Back in 2011, he was a big, but the amount of people that get on there and watch him play. And I mean, I was watching it for a little, I was quite fascinated with it. But to have Drake on the program, I mean, if I'm playing Fortnite, let's see who I would want on with me. Jeff Gordon. I don't know. Maybe that's about it. I can't think of any other
Dwayne Johnson?
I'm
Dan
not a big
don't add to
Johnson
his
fan.
list. He wants F.A. Gordon.
I play Fortnite with Jeff Gordon. The Rock, obviously The Rock.
See, now you're handing him answers.
I knew.
He was just
Dwayne
gonna
The Rock
have
Johnson. I gotta have him on with me.
He was just gonna
Vin
have Jeff
Diesel
Gordon
too, right?
No,
Come on.
I don't want to play with Vin Diesel. But I don't know. Well, if you guys could play Fortnite or maybe any co-op game with one celebrity. I mean, maybe he picked Drake by choice. I don't know. Maybe Drake asked him. I don't know if he just randomly picked.
I'm pretty sure Drake reached out to him.
Yeah,
he just
maybe.
followed him, and he's like, "Yo, let's
Tyler,
play."
who would you
Or
want to play
whatever.
with if you had to pick one celebrity?
At Fortnite?
Yeah, anything, any co-op
Yeah,
game
pretty much. Any.
that you could sit down and play with a celebrity.
Do they have to be alive?
Come on.
The question
You're
was
making it
any
difficult.
celebrity, Tyler.
Well, my friend Ian is a pro player at Halo, so I think he'd be a pro at Fortnite, and he's a celebrity in my heart. So I'm gonna have to go with
Aw.
what's his Twitch name? That way I can shout him out.
Shamelessly plug for more people on this program. We're name dropping
too
left and right.
Not too shazzy. He's the one person I would Twitch with on Fortnite. Maybe I'd get my actual first dub too.
Wow,
Wow.
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 Dave, what do you got for a celebrity?
Oh,
I'm actually intrigued to hear what you have to say about a celebrity.
I don't really have like one in particular that I'm like, oh, that person I would really love to play video games with. Like, I mean,
Who would you want to play Godzilla with?
Who would I like to play Godzilla
Don't
with?
give any ideas. Oh my God.
Me, myself, and me.
He did go on his rant about being a lone wolf earlier.
Yeah, I don't know.
another
Like
copy of me.
Whatever. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to play with like, because you like hear about some of these celebrities where they're just like, well, to be totally honest, just dicks. Like, and I don't necessarily want to play with people like that who are gonna be like, like, I don't play that, and it's like, all right, bye. Like,
Well, part of the stipulation is that they would be fully engaged playing with you, like loving it.
Can I get some answers?
you're throwing a question at us at the last minute. Mike,
I mean,
do you
he
have-
says
do you have an
Ian,
answer ready
you
to
don't
roll?
have an answer.
I do. Are you
I don't-
ready?
Yeah, you threw. Who do you got?
Here, let me guess Mike's before he doesn't even say it. Can I?
If you want.
Aaron Hernandez.
I did. He just popped into my head a couple minutes ago, but originally he's helped me many times in my fantasy football journey. When I make my sacrifice of my
Actually,
team name
you know
to
who
him.
I would want to play with? Blake Bortles.
Oh my God, not this again. We all know you love Blake Bortles.
He wouldn't be able to support you.
He'd start out strong in the game, and then as the late game started.
I have a top three then. I have a top three. So Blake Bortles, Ian, and Winston Duke.
Vincent Duke.
So when he dies and I can't protect him, he goes, "You couldn't even protect your own father."
Oh my
That
God,
would
not
be
this
Imagine doing that in your
again.
headset.
Colify's made a very good point. I probably would want to play video games with Hideo Kojima.
Yeah,
I would go.
That's
I
not
would-
bad. Once
I
see,
would-
there is a good one.
Yeah. Again, I don't sit there like I'm not playing video games going, this would be so much better if Jeff Gordon were here.
Well, I don't either, but to throw out a random Jeff Gordon is who I would want to play a game with. Probably more
You
than
wouldn't
Rock.
want to play with Patrick Stewart, Dave.
That's another one I would. You know what? I would like to play a game with Patrick
Sir
Stewart
Patrick Stewart.
where I can force Sir
Who
Patrick
the heck
Stewart.
is Patrick Stewart?
Xavier Wood? Or
Where's the power button? You turn him off right now. Where's the power button to this TV?
Down that side. James.
Sir Patrick Stewart, Sir Ian McKellen, but I'd have to play a game where I force them to like read whatever it is that's on the screen. Like read it, but they did so much work on the voiceovers. No, you're gonna read it right now,
Do a
dude.
visual novel that is like just like subtitled with all the characters, whatever, and do like the whole thing of doing
He was the ball
voices.
guy in Star Trek.
Oh my gosh.
They would ask him, and he'd be like, "I won't do it."
Yeah, but Blake Bortles is gonna be like, sure, I need a job. Sure, Tyler.
I'll toss
What?
Blake Bortles a Millie Light, and he'll be playing with me, guaranteed. And I'll say, Millie.
Dave, anyone else?
I'd say I'd play some video games with Tom Brady, simply so
Oh,
that I could
God.
beat him at something and watch him just sourpuss up and then shut down and leave. Like, this is over. I'm out of here. This is the
You
worst.
should beat him and then just retire and be like, nope. I beat Tom Brady. I have nothing else to prove here.
I beat Tom Brady, Maddie. You slapped the controller out of my hand every time it was my turn. I beat you at football. All right.
Sometimes the defensive linemen slap the ball out of your hand.
Mike, who would you play?
I'd like to play with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
God.
Arnold.
His voice over
right.
the headset would be great,
All right.
especially if he was
Over
in
the
any
headset. I
time
was
of
just thinking
trouble.
sitting on the couch
Come
next
on.
to you.
You will get to the eye, Michael.
Please revive me, come on!
Revive me, Michael.
Get in the chopper.
Yeah.
Wow.
He would be
Arnold
great to listen
Schwarzenegger.
to.
Border, do you have anybody in particular?
I like the idea of like Ian McKellen, Sir Patrick Stewart. I would say like some like prolific voice actors. I think would be really fun, especially if you're doing something where having them voice. So like Tara Strong, Jennifer Hale, people like that. I think because
Mark Hamill. I'm adding him to my list.
Mark Hamill done because he crosses off the voice actor thing as well. Yes, Mark Hamill done.
So who are these voice actors? Who they
Turn
voice
off the
act?
TV, Dan.
The two that I had said.
I'm gonna pour a ton of salt into the Twitch chat.
I know Jennifer Hale
Yeah.
from Metal Gear, but
Yep, Metal Gear, Mass Effect, Halo. She's done a lot, and then Tara Strong does more like animation, Teen Titans, stuff like that.
Tyler, where are you going?
I think that's a pretty
I'd be
weird.
David Hayter.
An eclectic mix. I like it that like no two people were like, yeah, exactly the same, whatever. Everyone had someone different. I like it.
and all over the board.
Dan, you didn't say Xavier Woods, which is kind of weird.
I did by mistake when you said Xavier Stewart. Or Xavier, whatever.
Who?
Professor Stewart.
What?
You just turned Dan off.
You know what, Dan? Shh.
Turn the
You got
camera.
me confused. Now I got confused.
At least Tyler genuinely didn't know what it was, so he didn't like try to pawn it off with like, oh yes, that guy.
Xavier Stewart.
Professor Xavier. When you said that,
Patrick
I
Stewart,
said Xavier
Professor
Woods.
Xavier.
We stop saying Xavier. It's gonna be confused.
Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Charles Xavier.
So you don't want Xavier Woods on the show?
I do want Xavier Woods on the show. Would love to have Xavier Woods on the
So
show.
you wouldn't
Dan,
play Fortnite with
you
him?
want to play video games with me? Dan, what are you doing over there?
I
That's a
obviously
wimp
wouldn't-
move.
Who's that supposed to be?
Christopher.
Walking?
This is the episode where Dave Mann works really hard at doing really good impressions, and Dan and Tyler just.
Astragon good.
I'll take that. I will, because it's not the best. That's why I'm not.
I got it.
Mike got it. Boder got it. I bet Amp Slayer did. Amp Slayer's on my side.
So no, I would have played with Xavier Woods. Obviously, why wouldn't I? I mean, if the invitation was ever out there, he doesn't even know you, Dan. So shut your mouth.
You could. You
I was
should.
just trying to get a quick plug since you always forget to say something.
I
should
do.
have,
I wish I said something about Xavier Woods.
You should have. You should have thrown one out to the Bella Twins or Henry Cavill. Should have been like, play video games with me.
I'd like to play with
Or
Speaking
Bo
of-
Superman.
Dallas since
That'd
he was
be
in my
great.
store.
Speaking of
No, he
Henry
wasn't.
Cavill, You're gonna tell, how about you tell
what?
that story?
Tyler,
tell the story right
could
now.
you
What
tell us?
happened?
Because now that we're finished talking about favorite celebrities we like to play with, what happened? Who came into Insane Games Florida?
Tyler folded up like a Christmas tree when he came in.
Celebrities are coming into Insane Games. They're seeing the podcast. They're seeing the red carpet rolled out for them that they're going to get, and they are coming to our stores. Unfortunately, Tyler has never interacted with a celebrity before outside of places where you're supposed to see them. So, Tyler, what happened? Who came into the store?
Give the story.
So I was manning the floor by myself, as usual, and I was on the computer, and I put my head up, and I say, "Hey, how you doing? If you need any help, just let me know." As usual. And I was on the phone with Dan and Tom. I'm sure we were talking about something that was productive, and and I look up, and I'm like, "Holy moly, he looks very familiar." And I was on the phone. I'm like, Dan, I think Bo Dallas in the store. He's like, what? And I'm like, and I was whispering at this point. I'm like, hold on, listen. And he's like, what? And I'm like, so I had to repeat myself. And I'm like, hold on, listen. And I'm like, you look just like Bo Dallas, right? And he just looks up at me as he's looking at your 64 selection, and he just smiles and nods. And I'm like, holy shit, you are Bo Dallas. And he smiled. I'm like, well, just let me know if you need anything. And Dan's like, if you don't get a picture with Bo Dallas. And I'm like, I felt the vibe that Bo Dallas didn't want to be bothered, so I didn't bother him.
What else did I tell you?
That was very decent of you, though. Just because he's a celebrity doesn't mean he owes all of us to chase them around like, autograph my ass!
What else did you tell me, Dan? I forgot.
That I said first to take a picture. What did I say after?
I don't know. What'd you say?
I said, ask him for the phone number to Xavier Woods. I go, we need to get a hold of him. He must know him.
Bothering him. I didn't feel like bothering him. He didn't even say a word to me when I
Basically,
said,
the guy gave Tyler a look, and Tyler folded up
What
like a
I will
Christmas
say
tree
is
and went back to
Pixar
the
didn't
counter.
happen, so I don't believe it. I don't believe
I
it.
did not ask.
I admire that. Dan, how mad would you get, though, if you're walking around like Target or something? So, because it's you, oh my God, you're Dan Shevlin, you're on that program. Do you have Mike Batista's number? Can I get in contact with him? I want to have him on my
mad.
You would be furious.
And then he would come on the program and be like, who's asking for Mike's number?
No, I mean, if Mike was a better personality on the show than me, I would understand.
Whoa!
They might just like the kind of stuff that I have to offer.
Like, if I'm Bo Dallas, Xavier Woods is pretty popular. I would understand. That's like Stone Cold Steve Austin walking around and someone asking for The Rock. The Rock is much more popular than Stone Cold. What?
What about that? That's a hard discussion.
You gotta know where
That's
you
a quick way
fall
to get a
in the
stunner
chain
in the
of
grocery
talent.
store, right? Mr. Austin, do you know Dwayne Johnson's number? Just poof.
Dave The Rock. No one calls him Dwayne Johnson. The Rock.
If you're on Hollywood now, like I am,
It still even when it comes up Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I will give you a hell
apologize to
yeah,
Facebook.
Amp
I'm
Slayer.
gonna move this camera right now.
We have had a lot of WWE personalities in our store over the year. We had
many years?
a year. I said year. I know I said year.
None in New York, though. Only in Florida.
Sheamus came in one time.
Cool.
Bo Dallas, obviously.
Yep.
Hulk Hogan. Oh, don't get me started with that. Tyler had one day off in a month and a half, and it was the day Hulk Hogan came into the store.
What basketball player was in one of the malls our store was in?
There was
Lewis.
Yeah, I'll never forget watching who come running in. Guys, he's in the Verizon store. I'm like, why don't you go ask him for an autograph? Oh, come on, man, I can't do that. I'm like, what? like you just stalked him over there. Like you took a picture of him. I was like, just go and ask him. Like he's waiting on that line. It's going to be an hour and a half till they help him anyway. He's probably got nothing better to do.
But yeah, that was an interesting situation with Bo Dallas. I mean, I don't know why they would not want to be.
Because they think about this way. So you work during the workday,
Right.
you work. And you kind of want to do your thing and have your schedule and stuff like that.
Right.
And then, for example, you message about this. You were trying to make your lunch, and people kept coming in, and like you had to run back out and things like that. Imagine that your job is to entertain people all day long, and then you get one day a week where it's time to you, and all you get is, oh my gosh, you're the guy from that show, brr! And then like people are chasing you, like It's not anything to help you.
The equivalent now would be if you're at Six Flags up there and someone comes up to you and says, "Oh, hey, you're Dan Shevlin. How much is Mega Man X for SNES? Can I buy a copy right now?" And you're like, "No, because I'm not working right now and I have no way to check that for you right now."
I don't know about that. If I'm Bo Dallas,
figure it out.
Here's the way I look at it. You're a wrestler, any wrestler. You're in your prime for only so long in WWE. Enjoy it. Because, once you're done, when you get 40 and WWE throws you don't get any more of that. So enjoy the celebrity status when you have it.
You get plenty. There are
I can
hundreds of shows.
say something meaner because I don't think Bo Dallas is an A superstar in WWE. He ain't part of the Miz Tribe, but
Bo leave, sir? You're not a Bo leaver?
He will always be behind Bray Wyatt, and we all know it. And that's just his brother. I mean, am I wrong? You're telling me Bo Dallas is a better wrestler than Bray Wyatt?
I mean, what?
I'm not against Bo Dallas at all. He was very nice to me, even without even saying a word. I mean, he could have been like, piss off, kid.
Tyler,
he pretty much did that.
I don't know. I'm sensing a 3-star Dan on this conversation. We're not getting 4-star Dan we had last week. This is pretty bitter about Bo Dallas.
All I wanted was some kind of contact to Xavier Woods.
Or some sort of proof.
I feel like Bo Dallas would not have that contact at all.
You could have at least asked him for the Miz's number.
Or is there
That's true.
A talent agency?
I was
maybe?
very mad because I remembered I gained a lot of respect for Bo Dallas on Chris Jericho's podcast when he talked about conspiracy theories and all these things. And I was like, wow, Bo Dallas is actually really cool. And then I thought about that after he left the store. I'm like, damn, I should have brought up how I liked his podcast with Chris Jericho on conspiracy theories.
That's actually, and that's better than like, oh, hey, this thing that everyone knows you for, everyone goes up to them for that, it gets exhausting. It's, hey, here's this thing that nobody ever goes up to you and says anything about. That's a lot more rewarding. Well,
of course, me being in the moment, I think what really hurt it was me being on the phone with Dan and Tom. I think that was really what hurt my chances of him speaking to me at all. So if it all boils back down to Dan's fault of me not getting a conversation with Bo Dallas.
When all else fails, just blame Dan.
Could be
See,
Dan's
seems to
fault.
work.
That's a 4-star Dan answer. We're back. 4-star Dan.
How much time?
We still got another 10 minutes, although we're at 10% battery on the iPad right now for Facebook.
All right, before we get into, because we'll get back to gaming a little bit in a few minutes, we'll go over what game we really, really want to get good at, and which ones over the years that we've really tried to get good at. Why do you keep saying that? I want to play a video real quick. Let's see if I can get it on here. It was on our Facebook page earlier in the week, an alternate opening credits to our podcast. So I'm going to play it. Did everyone see it? Did you guys all see it?
Yeah?
I've seen it.
You saw it, Mike?
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
If I can get to it, let's just hope it works. I thought I had it ready. You ready?
It's
Let's
like
see.
when the teacher was doing it in school.
Look at Mike with his...
Almost as well.
I hope it doesn't swear. Starring the kid.
Definitely swears.
The kid Tyler. The kid Hayes.
It definitely swears Dan.
Slippery. Dave Man. God, Mike.
Look at this. There was no ceiling, I would have jumped through the roof.
Of course, there's no video of me dunking.
Because you can't.
I love how you picked like that video.
He looks like a gangster.
Classic video right here. Germ dog tumbling. Look at those angles broke right
I
there.
love the two angles here.
The other angle. Get out of here with a backward
That's
shot.
probably that 80th
This might be my best part right here.
Justin Minor
Justin
bending the
Minor
knee.
bowing out in the middle. Look at the
Bending
guy
the knee.
walking by. What is this guy doing? Oh man, that's great. Classic. And then we got the waterfall at the bottom. Classic.
Super wet.
That video is wet. Hopefully. Okay, switching over. There we go.
There we go.
What the heck was that?
I don't know what was coming up there.
Whatever was gonna autoplay on Facebook next.
Okay.
Great video. Any thoughts on that video? Dave and myself obviously didn't dunk in it. Mike?
Dave looks shell shocked right now.
He's all right.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Check his pulse, Mike.
He's still breathing.
I'm too close to the gun show. I'm really nervous. I'm not gonna lie. This
The part where Dave, were you there for that?
No, that was before I got hired.
Oh my god, when I saw that in person, I thought my chest or my heart was gonna come out of my chest. I was laughing so hard.
I thought he died for a second.
Is that why there was
security camera footage?
Is that why there was a dent in that that wall that would come out?
No. Well, it might have been a little bit.
Was that him
surprised.
like hitting against it?
I'm pretty sure there was Xbox boxes there and he crashed through them. The way Dan's little
He
displays
completely
are.
ruined one of the standees.
What?
He completely ruined one of the standees.
Yeah, he fell right into it.
Which one?
I forget which one
Might
was
have been
there.
the Mr. Pandaria.
No, it was not the Mario Party, but which one do we have that was like the Mario
Was
Party?
it Donkey Kong, maybe?
The Donkey Kong, yeah, I think he
Yeah.
crashed into that one.
Oh
We
yeah,
had,
that's right.
we had it in the corner.
That's why it's in 17 pieces. Because I was
Now,
gonna
if
say.
you can't really see the full video here, but the one video of it is from the security footage because we went back and to find it was such a great moment. But Tom was taping it from behind the counter. But if you look, the cast of characters that are watching this performance from Germ Dog, and the minute he goes and falls, I think the best part of the video is watching everyone's reaction. Like Mike is like, you watch Mike, he goes, I'm like, because he does it right in front of me, so I'm like.
I love
I'm like, what
watching it
does-
from the back. It looks like nobody reacts. It's just like, oh, there he goes.
Tom jumps off the stool. He's like that. This one, who else? Zach Hamill, Justin Minor, Ducey.
Juicy.
All were laughing like crazy. Ducey Mo. All were laughing like crazy. I think it was a great moment. But no video shows how long it took Germ Dog to get up. He was down for a while. It took him a good
Ducey's
couple
wicked
minutes to
there,
get up.
It's really what he deserved, to be honest. But
Germ Dog? Ooh.
Like I just don't know what he was doing. Like he just got there and like, he didn't even try putting it up in the air. He just went and just
Mike
fell
got
over.
too fast. That's what happened to. That was like a real-time reaction of what happened with his epic collapse during the fantasy football championship against me.
2 times in a row. 2 times.
he bent the knee to me as well at one point.
Speaking of the gun show, what's going on over there, Mike?
The Mortal Kombat shirt, the biceps. You have any questions?
No, but if I do, I'll let you know. That's for sure.
Let's keep it that way.
That's the most cockiest question I've ever heard in my life.
It's 28 degrees out. What are you doing over there?
It's pretty warm in here. It was getting pretty sweaty when I
Are you
first walked in.
trying to keep Dave in line over there when he gets out of place?
Mike is the real-life reptile. He's always sweaty.
I do like Reptile. He's in the shirt, the Mortal Kombat shirt.
Oh, man.
Like, when's the last time you've done biceps?
It's been some time. These are natural.
Oh, Jesus.
No comment.
He did say he was at the gym the other day, though.
I did chest though.
When I come up to New York, I am stealing your YMCA pass.
No.
I
No.
am not paying $10 a day like I did the last time. That was forced.
When you scan it and my face comes up. Oh.
Sorry. I'm gonna scan it and I'm gonna run away. That's what's gonna happen.
So
I'll let you try it.
This is Batista!
before we go to break real quick, when you come up, that means all four of us are here. What can we do as some kind of event or whatever, the four of us?
Charity dunking
You just
contest.
touched the bicep.
I did. My
There
life was
gotta
in
be
danger
something
there.
all four of us together can
Can you
do.
can you show that shirt, by the way? Can you show that shirt to the camera, to the people out there? Because that is what should be lauded. There was so much conversation, so much smack talk about people dishing people out and this and that and the other. Mortal Kombat should be at least one of the things. However, I think we should all collectively, between 4 and 5 of us, collectively fail at Fortnite or another multiplayer game where all of us are sitting in one place. No internet connection problems, this and that and the other. Just pure and simple bad gaming.
I don't
Well,
know.
let's go for maximum salt. Get all four of you guys playing Mario Party.
Whoa.
I think someone's gonna walk away
I
dead.
It would be dominant.
I don't know how to play
Dominant.
Mario Party, so that's not going to go well. Boater can
It'll be
sub
awesome.
in. Boater can sub in for me.
You don't know how to play Mario Party?
No.
Are you what?
It's like
the
one button
easiest
you
game to
press
play.
and like
It,
in some rhythm.
What were you going to say a minute ago?
You don't even need to like know how to play video games to play Mario Party.
A gaming tournament of sorts. Should we just all of us put a game that we like in a bag and then just have to play it?
The
As we draw
Renaissance
it
Man
out.
belt.
I don't know. I'm just saying, with all four of us together, we should do something for the people.
All I know is I'm not playing Mortal Kombat with Mike. That's not happening.
I'll play Mortal Kombat with you. I will
Smash
lose
Cut
to Mortal
2.
Kombat.
He's playing Mortal Kombat with Mike.
Mike.
Maybe Smash Bros.
Smash Bros would be pretty lit. Do you have Melee up there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong.
I don't know how to play Super Smash Brothers.
I don't know how to play anything.
That'll
I
lead.
want to play Call of Duty.
Discussion like that will lead into what we're talking about after the break, which is Get Good.
There's a few games that you have to get good at. Good.
Fighting games are one of them.
But either way, well, all four of us will be at the Comic-Con. All 5 of us will be at the Comic-Con. In the meantime, before we go to break, make sure you subscribe, follow, and comment to us on Insane Games NY, Insane Games FL on Facebook, on Twitter at pod_BTC, Instagram at Behind the Counter, YouTube at Behind the Counter.
Behind the Counter Pod on Instagram, Dan.
Oh, Behind the Counter Pod on Instagram.
Does Dan know how to read? I feel like we
No,
need
what I got in
Twitter.
front of me is wrong, so that's why I'm reading off of that. And Twitch at Insane Video Games. That's it. No .com. I'm going to do InsaneVideoGames.com. And before Dave goes,
Someone else read this. Dan can't
and
read
make
it.
sure you check us on our Twitch account throughout the week. Dave will be here on Wednesday nights. Mike and I will be doing late night on Thursday nights. Dave is
I'm sure
also
I'll be
at
in an
DAM
appearance there.
314. Tyler will have one probably coming up, and make sure you check out Boater and his channel. He's on probably every other
Facebook,
day,
Twitter,
right?
Instagram.com/Boaterbug, Twitch.tv/Boaterbug, YouTube.com/Boaterbug.
That is how you should do the introductions.
You basically need a notepad and a piece of paper to write down all of our different taglines and links and everything. But either way, find one of our sources and you'll find all the rest. There.
Exactly. When we come back from the break, we're going to be talking about what makes you, games that make you want to get good. If you have one that you had to, definitely make sure you know in the comments so we can talk about ones that may or may not have reached our repertoire of sorts.
Go to break. And we're back, episode 9, Behind the Counter, presented by Insane Games. Mike, Dave, and I here in the Northway Plaza, Queensbury, New York location, and we got Tyler down in Clearwater, Florida at the Countryside Mall location. Make sure you check all 5 of us out at Saratoga Comic-Con, April 6th and 7th. Tickets are $20 on Saturday and Sunday. I think there's a combo deal for them together. You can buy the tickets at the door, or you can buy them online. I forget what Saratoga
Mike.
CC maybe.
SaratogaComicCon.com.
There you go.
I got you all.
So
I owe you a punch, Mike.
they got who's coming to the Comic Con again?
So they've got wrestling legend Tito Santana. They've got Jason Mewes and a couple other cast members from the original movie Clerks and other such Kevin Smith projects. And they have a whole host of other local and other celebrities coming. It's going to be a really good event. Did you know, Dan, all of the booths are sold?
All the booths are sold and the VIPs.
There will be no VIP tickets. You missed out on them. If you didn't like Saratoga Comic Con on Facebook, you're out of those. And if you were looking to maybe sweep up a table the last minute to say, I can come in and I got some stuff that I can sell or art or things like that, you better be contacting people who already have booths because the entirety of the convention floor is sold. There will be no empty tables.
Nope, he can't. You can't do anything.
Just like the amount of votes Mike got.
Now,
it's really looking like it's going to be a pretty big event.
It's always a pretty big event.
I know they didn't. I don't believe. I mean, we only went to the November one for the first time, but I don't believe they had as many VIPs coming as this one. A lot of guest appearances and a lot of guest stars.
The VIPs, the VIP tickets always sell out every year. We'd asked him about that if you remember during it, but. There has been times where there's been 1 or 2 tables or dropouts at the last minute, but this time they're fully overbooked, like not overbooked, but they're at capacity. So this is it's going to be a big event coming in a couple weekends.
And all 5 of us will be running around doing miscellaneous stuff. Make sure you check us out at both our booths. And we still don't have a confirmation, but we'd like to do a podcast live from the Comic-Con. Maybe interact with some of the guest panels. Guests walking around, our own customers that are checking in. Maybe we'll be live at our booth. We're going to try to do something unique and different for the event. So make sure you check
Dave,
in with us.
up?
What's that?
I said, Dave, you dressing up?
Maybe.
That's a yes.
Mike,
I might go as M'Baku. I might.
have you got the outfit ready?
No, I have time.
Oh wow,
that's what you
spoken like
say,
a
and then you forget.
true professional cosplayer there. It's still 3 weeks away. I got time.
So,
Day before in the hotel room.
I'll put something together.
as we were talking about before, what games we get good at. We all talk smack on this show about our various different games that we all play. When I was younger, a game I wanted to get good at and focus on was Halo. Halo 1, Halo 2. Those are the 2 games back in the day. Everyone had LAN parties, 8v8 capture the flag, free-for-alls, shotguns, no shields, rockets. J-up, don't rush, noob. All of it. And back then, you had to be good. And I remember that was like one of the, besides obviously the Call of Duty, but at this point in the day, there's no one that challenged me for Call of Duty. So we don't even get going with that. His name's not on there, Dave.
Actually, it says here.
First of all, that's not the Call of Duty belt. It's not supposed. That's the Halo.
Yeah. You're talking about Halo.
No,
it says Tom.
I'm not
on it.
just Halo
You ripped
now.
that off without telling me. I'm putting it back on, boy.
Dave,
Oh, no,
it's on.
And up here-
Tom's gonna fine Dave for taking one of the belts off the wall.
Up here, it says Call of Duty champ vacant. Mike has taken over the.
I penciled it in.
In the absence,
Where?
In the absence,
Is that an official label?
in the absence of the last true Call of Duty champs,
We haven't had
the
a true
Magnifico.
competition since.
Long may he reign.
No,
Long may
interim-
Magnifico reign.
Mike,
I'm
you
the
are
interim
water
champion.
garbage at Call of Duty.
If we pulled up that latest stream we had, I beat you
What?
on the leaderboards every time.
I haven't played
on
in
the
2
last
weeks.
late night
Oh,
session we had.
I was
took
playing,
them cheats.
I was playing in front of the
Salt, salt, salt.
masses, the people.
Late night cheat taking with Dan and Mike.
So, you know what we need to do, to be honest? We've got a Halo belt, we've got a Call of Duty belt, we've got an Overwatch.
That one's going in the garbage.
Sports chip. You know what we need to do? We really just need to get a belt that represents the game of the month. What game is everybody playing? What games everybody like? Because I was the WWE champion.
Oh God,
long
Dave! No one played
ago.
WWE in here.
Oh.
They ruined the game back in November.
They
We don't wanna
played
go
it.
down
They played it plenty enough for someone to then decide that it was no longer a valid belt. I will admit, I did not agree with the decision to combine it with other fighting games.
You are a lying
But
sack.
I was given.
You're lying to the people.
Before you say anything,
I was
before you say
given
anything,
my fair shot at the true fighting game champ at Insane Games. I was given a fair, unbiased
Dave.
best of 5 round against Mike.
The Insane
He
Games.
trounced me out of a couple of those rounds, but I beat him in WWE. And we came close in Smash Bros.
The
We did
Insane
because you were
Games
insanely out of
Recreational
practice.
Committee got together and we decided to make the belt all those put together. We can't just have a WWE belt. We can't just have a Mortal Kombat belt.
So we can just say that
The-
which one?
That one is
The
experimental.
recreational committee made a decision. You can be upset with it, but that's just the way it is. It's just the way it is.
Your Insane Games WWE champion, Dave Mann.
Everyone watching us on Twitch can do the salt emoji because that's what that is right now. Is salt. Dave is extremely salty.
See, what Dave is forgetting is that I whooped his hiney on WWE.
Is that true, Dave?
I don't know if you remember that.
I seem to remember something, and then I remember one and done. I remember that there was one game played, and then somebody made a victory lap, and then just refused to play ever again. I don't know.
I don't recall that. I think I said that I would play you again.
I don't remember it that
See
way.
it go down one of these days.
When you're up here, we shall play then.
First off, Fat Boy with a chain. I don't like 1v1, so I'm not playing Mike in Halo 1v1. Will Nevins
Scared.
22.
He's scared.
I don't like 1v1, so I'm not playing Tyler in Call of Duty 1v1.
What are you playing?
Call of
Here's
Duty
a
is
great
not
suggestion.
stupid.
I did in Halo.
I played Tom in Halo. I didn't play Dan.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
No. Okay.
My bad.
Keep
We all
going.
know what happened in Halo,
So,
Mike.
Dan,
Yeah.
we
on
took
rampage
a
about that.
very salty side trip. We took a walk by the ocean. We were splashing around.
We got hit
Games
in the
that made
saltness.
you want to get good.
Halo.
Just nothing else in your
Well,
gaming career has made you want to get good.
Obviously.
Halo was the first. I'm happy to
Obviously, Call of Duty. I mean, I had to compete with Germ Dog, Deucey, Mike, Johnny, Tom. Never really you, Dave.
I never played Call of Duty with you losers.
Or Tyler. Wow, come on. Wow. But Halo back in the day, I played nonstop. Yeah, actually, you know what game I remember I had to get good at? NASCAR 98.
Why? Well, no, why? No, seriously, it's not. This is not a slam. What made you want to get
the
good?
kids in my neighborhood were playing NASCAR 98 at the time. And I had to get good at that. Mortal Kombat for Genesis, I had to get good at. Sub-Zero. Mortal
Classic.
Kombat in the store, we had to
Classic
practice.
Battlefield of 3 buttons and 1 D-pad.
So what happened when you and Tyler played the other day?
I mean,
There was an exhibition match.
he quit. So, first off, he cheated, okay, and then quit. I was trying to be a
Cheated and then he
good.
quit.
I was trying to be a good Samaritan. I was trying to be a good person.
Samaritan.
I was waiting for him while he was helping a customer.
4-star Dan.
I was being
Good
nice.
Samaritan.
5-star Dan. I was waiting, and then the clock ran out, and because Tyler won the
That's
first.
a 5-star Tyler, but okay.
And the clock ran out, and because Tyler won the first round and no one hit each other in the second round, it defaulted and made Tyler the winner. And this one, okay, like the little sneaky, greasy man he is, okay, ran off and caught that as a win, and then got never playing again. So, what can I do?
The
Brett-
first
the Brett
round was
Favre.
absolute destruction, though.
It was not, Mike.
I've never
Video
seen somebody get the
improvement,
staff quite like that.
So those are the things that have motivated you to get good. Racing, things like that, peer pressure,
Need for
stuff like that.
speed.
Need for speed.
I wanted to get good at Forza, but then I gave up after that.
Tyler, what games have made you think, I gotta get good?
Well, besides Mortal Kombat, Black Ops 3, those were all games that we played competitively in the store. FIFA, because, you know. But I would say, honestly, right now, the only game that I really, really want to get good at is Fortnite because I'm playing it, like,
Same.
heavily right now. And, you know, I watch guys like Ninja, I watch guys like, what's the other guys?
Myth.
Yeah, Smith. I watch those guys, and obviously they're playing on PC, so it's a little bit faster, you know, reaction time, and, you know, it's a little bit easier to play that game on PC than it is on console. But I just watch those guys, and, you know, you watch them, and you can learn a lot from them, and I would say it's a very fun game to get good at, because, and I was thinking about this the other day, you know, Call of Duty, you play that game, and you have a competitive advantage over someone because of how much you play or whatnot, because your gun's better, or, you know, you have different perks that the other person has. But in Fortnite, you don't. You get everything that you have by playing the game. So while in that game, so, you know, you don't get a good gun, you know, guaranteed. You don't get good stuff guaranteed. You have to, you know, kill those people. You have to get the loot in certain areas. So I think that's what's a nice aspect, is that right from the get-go, there's no competitive advantage over players. You know, you could easily kill Ninja if you have a competitive, or if you get the gun before him. I mean, that's highly unlikely, but you know, you could try. But I
I do
really,
think-
really,
Go ahead, sorry.
yeah. Before I was rudely interrupted, all I wanted to say was, I really want to get good at Fortnite.
I will say there's some luck at the beginning. I think it depends on where you land. If like
It's
I landed the
it's
other
where
day,
you choose to land.
Well, no.
That
But I
is a
landed
choice
the
of
other
skill.
day,
Like,
and I did 5 games in a row, and I landed at the same spot every single time.
And sometimes you get good drops there,
When
and
you
sometimes
drop,
you don't.
like one of the times I played, there was not a single gun in this entire building, not a single, and I died because I couldn't get it. Meanwhile, the other times there was a chest, there was an assault rifle or a pistol on the roof. I like to land on the roof. I mean, and then go down. Some people like go on the ground and go in. I mean, everyone has a different style. But Dave, what
for which?
which one do you want to get good at?
We want to get good at.
I want to get good at paying taxes. I want to get good at making money. Life is what I want to get good at.
The game of life.
The game of life. I always have three kids. I don't want 3 kids. I don't want to pay for 3 kids at the end of the game and taking away from my annuity. I'm happy you guys caught on to that super quick. I'm always pissed losing to grandma. I'm not happy, right? She always rolls better than I do. She always gets natty 10s. All right?
I always wanted the red car. Every time I play, I gotta have the red car.
Jeff Gordon car.
Me and Jeff. Let's see.
I'd have to have the blue one from Mark Martin. I understand. I get that.
Mark
Like,
Martin wasn't blue.
the Valvoline car?
That was white, yellow, white, blue, and red. Some blue.
So blue.
The base color of it was blue.
I would.
So anyway, Dave, what video games
Yes.
would you want to
The
get
video
good
games I would like to get good at are
Mark Martin.
the Atari version of Monopoly. No. I really like the Soul series, Bloodborne, games of that nature, because they are more fun if you are better at them. Casually playing them like I do leads to quite a bit of
Tears.
putting the controller down and just walking away, because it's just a matter of steep learning curve. I wanted to get good at the Elder Scrolls series because I liked the lore, I liked where the character building was going, and if you have a garbage character and you try to go to higher level areas, you're going to get smacked around, and you're not going to be happy about it. I did try to get good at fighting games. The problem is that at a point in my life, my friends were like, let's get Street Fighter. And then I was like, okay. And then I went to the store, I was like, which Street Fighter? And they're like, well, any of them. And I was like, well, there's Street Fighter 5, there's Super Street Fighter 5, and then there's Ultimate Super Street Fighter 5. I was like, which one am I buying here? And they're like, it doesn't matter. So I'm like, all right, so I bought Super Street Fighter. They're like, oh, you should have bought Ultimate Super Street Fighter 5 because you would have had these 3 characters, and those are so much easier to. And I was like, ah! So I bothered not to learn that stupid game, but Tekken was another one that all of my family, we all played it, and everyone had their character. My cousin and I still to this day make claim of who's a better Paul Phoenix player. He is, but I mean, I will make claim to it until he trounces me at it again. But yeah, that's what kind of motivated me to get good was being able to be competitive in the game itself, so that you could get that immersion, as opposed to that constant reminder that, like, game over, like, start again. Like,
Mike.
The games I really want to get at. I like the shooters. Halo, obviously I want to get good at as well. I played a lot of the side strollers in the day, like Donkey Kong, Mario, and they make you play it over and over and over again until you get good at it.
Right.
So, and that's like pretty much how Dark Souls kind of is, where you play over and over again, dying, and then you get better, and then you just pretty much just by memory at that point by the end. I've been trying to get good at Fortnite recently as well. I still haven't gotten my first win. I've got second place like 7 games now. So I've gotten pretty salty, like on late night. Tom stabbed me in the back.
ooh,
Had
what
to revive
happened?
him twice.
What happened for our viewership out there that wasn't watching?
We were playing a duos. It was 2v1 versus last guy. Tom got down twice. I had to revive him twice. Then he got killed, and then we lost. So,
By the way, that took place on our Thursday night late show
yep.
stream on Twitch.
Late night playing Halo this Thursday, right?
Yeah, we'll be there. I think we can play a little Halo 1, Halo 2. Dave, you can stop by?
I would like to, and thank you very much for inviting me.
Hey, I worded it pretty clear. I said, stop by.
Nope, that's not what you said. That is not what you said at all.
You know,
Dan said
I
he
get
invited
blamed
you. I'm
all
in
the
the middle.
time for the way I text. I'm short. Sometimes I don't reply, but you know what? I thought I was pretty clear in the text message I sent you. Read it out loud, Dave.
Holy crap, you did!
I
All right.
I stand redeemed.
I am entirely willing to admit that I was entirely wrong because Dan sent me quite the manifesto, and I appreciated it. Don't get me wrong. After I did my Twitch stream, but in the text that I received, and I quote, like Mike and I are going to do late night Thursdays with Mike and Dave, period. I got confused, and then I kind of missed the next sentence, which is, I hope you stop by, period. I want to get creative with each nightly show. I skipped the next sentence because I was confused as to whether or not I was scheduled to be on Thursdays or not. Yeah. So I apologize sincerely. That was entirely on
Do you
my.
apologize for backstabbing us on late night?
What? I watched.
Mike and
I watched on
That's true. He showed his support.
I showed my support
appearance.
in the Twitch chat. Unlike a lot of people who are like, I'm such a big fan of the program, and then it's like, great, are you gonna watch? Maybe. No.
So, before we close out here in a few minutes, I think when we talk about what games we want to get good at, Boner, anything?
I'll be really quick. Like back Halo 1 again, because what made me want to like really try to get really good at a game was when there was a low pool of competition, a circle of maybe 8 friends that you wanted to be the best of. Once competitive multiplayer got to online, it's now you have to be the best of a few thousand people, and that's discouraging.
Yeah.
So like, while I want to be good at a game, I don't want to get good scrub and just like. I know that it's going to be banging my head against the wall to try to be the best at Halo 5 or Fortnite or something like that. But back in the days when it was just me and my friends playing Halo 1 on the couch, I could grab a sniper rifle, I could go up to the corner of Blood Gulch, and I could win like 25 to 21 in a 1v3.
Right.
Which is my way of saying I'd love to be on Thursday night if you'll have me.
Definitely. The more the better. It's late
Get
night.
some Halo in.
Tyler Skyped in last time. We
Nice.
had him on for a little while, so it's all about late night. I like it to be a little bit different than the podcast. But either way, I think we all can agree maybe that it's whatever game is going in the store. And I feel like this store goes through a chain of bunch of different games every other month. Like we go a month, we don't do anything. Now, we're all on the Fortnite fever. Now, what I want to do right now is we're going to come back to this topic next week. And I want to talk about where we all feel we are in Fortnite right now. I'm awful. Awful. I love the game. I've never had a game where I'm awful that I keep wanting to play. I am awful. But I had Ninja on here the other day, and I was listening to some topics he was going over, and actually Gana gave a few pointers. And he said to drop down in the spot where everyone goes if you want to get good. Practice killing people in the game. Practice. So I did that, and I went from maybe having 1 kill over the course of 5 days to I had 6, 7, 8. I think I got like to 10. I think I was playing a little bit today. Where I'm a little bit more comfortable getting kills. Now I got to work on my building. I am definitely at a beginner stage in Fortnite. And next week I'm going to give an update on where I am in Fortnite. Tyler, where do you think you are right now in Fortnite?
It's a 4-star Dan.
I would probably say I'm stage above you right now.
Make that clear.
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying. I mean, I think that I played double the amount of time that you have, Dan. So
Right.
I took the same advice that you took from Ninja, and I've been landing in Tilted Towers, which is like the hot
Right.
spot right now. So I've been doing that. I've been averaging about a kill or 2 each game, so I've increased my kills already. I feel like I'm all right at building. I think my biggest issue is when to build and at what time.
Right.
When I'm getting shot at, you just don't think about that stuff until, you die.
There's a lot of
I mean,
things to keep track of.
Yeah, I mean, I told Mike when he died, I was like, wow, you should just build like one shield right in front of you. He's like, well, I didn't really think about it. I was just focused on killing him. I'm like, yeah, I do that shit all the time. Like I meant to build something and I forgot to, and then I got murdered, and then you're at that rage where you just want to throw your controller at the ground because you forgot to do it, But you know, that's why the game's so fun, is because of all the different aspects of it. But I would say I'm like intermediate. I have a lot to work on, but I'm getting there. I'm enjoying the process.
And if you're watching Thursday night, Mike got down to the last two and then died, and almost, in fact, threw his controller, because that's how you get that far in.
Roughly and
It's
slide it.
ultimate defeat.
I probably would have threw it, Mike.
But one thing that I have an issue with is there's a lot of pressure. Like, when I see a guy coming up, I hit the B button to duck, and really it's the build, and then I get confused and trying to get to the right button. Learning the controls is another whole aspect of the game as well, because I would say the controls are a little bit more difficult than a normal game.
No.
But Mike, where do you feel you fall in the barometer of skill level right now?
Well, I think I'm a master at the
Oh
game,
my God.
to be honest. Once I get my first win, that'll be the feather in my cap I need to finally be a true master.
And then he will never
I must
play the
say,
game
Mike,
again.
You have got really good. I've been impressed with your progress.
I've played Gears a lot in the day. That was one I wanted to talk about getting good at too, but either way, it's made by Epic. We've made Gears 1, 2, 3, and Judgment, so the controls are pretty familiar. And so once I get my first win...
That's classic Mike. He plays a game and he puts all of his eggs in one basket and he gets really good at it. I mean, Mortal Kombat, you can't even get a freaking move in on him. And, I mean, Dave can attest to this. You can't even get a move on him in Tekken almost.
You did once, though.
Dave, where do you feel you fall on the Fortnite scale?
0. Out of all of us in this room, I have played the least Fortnite of anybody. And to be totally honest, it also goes into what I would like to talk about next week, PUBG.
Oh, God.
Because if I'm going to play a Battle Royale game, I'm not going to play a cartoon children's game. But we'll save that for next week.
There's a lot of differences between the two. I mean, I'm not a big third-person fan, and Fortnite's a third person, so I'm definitely not. Boda, have you tried Fortnite at all?
Yeah, actually, I streamed it a bit for the first time this week, and it was when I had my old graphics card, and it was running awful. But I played a little bit today before coming here, and we just lost Tyler. But I played a little bit before coming here, and I got up to 9th, but that was because I landed in an out-of-the-way place and had no practice killing anyone.
Yes.
I'm good at finding a place where nobody else is, but that'll only get you so far. That won't get you past the top 10.
Yep, you're always missing like a crucial piece of what you need. Like maybe you
try to
need
get
a
him, let's
shield,
try to
maybe
get
you
him.
need ammo.
Yeah.
You need to kill people to get that last bit of gear usually.
And actually, I'll pick up with that bit again once we get Tyler back.
Sometimes you guys don't see this, but every time we call Tyler before the episode starts, we all do like a small dance to the Skype song. You all do it too at home.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't our connection. Because it's ringing.
And he's online.
It is.
Maybe he gave his Xbox the new.
There we go.
I don't know what happened there.
Back from the dead.
I didn't hit anything. It just randomly went off.
No, I saw that. That was weird how that did that.
But yeah, Boda was talking about how he was streaming a little bit of Fortnite this week.
Yeah, I was streaming it a bit, and like I played it just before coming here, and I got to like 9th place, but that's just because I managed to land in an out-of-the-way place and avoid people.
Right.
And that only gets you so far. Like I definitely got to try that landing in. Like I'm if this is gonna sound worse than I mean it to, but if possible, I'm worse than Dan. In that like I'm at that 0 level. I just started playing and.
Right.
It's do I want to get good at Fortnite, or if I want to get into Battle Royale, do I go to PUBG where I don't have to worry about the building aspect and just worry about the combat
I am
aspect?
intrigued to try PUBG eventually down the road, but right now I want to master the
Yep.
Fortnite. But there is a few things that do entice me to go check out PUBG. I think the no building and the fact that it can be first person.
Vehicles are in it too.
Okay, I'm not
So
even-
how do you protect yourself in PUBG?
You don't run around in the open like a moron.
I
armor, too.
guess you
You
gotta
get-
hide like you are in like
you
real
get-
life. You gotta go from building to building.
The
and-
armor mechanic is different. They have it, and it also the hit detection is a lot different, and things like that.
Do they have the circle that gets smaller and smaller?
Yes.
All right.
Actually, if I was going to say this is a special announcement, but this Wednesday I'll be playing PUBG on my own broadcast because I'm
actually
going to
intrigued to watch
endeavor
that.
to have it so that we can get a little bit of, so you guys can get your toes a little wet with it, so that we can have a little more of an open world about this battle royale craze that has struck video gaming itself.
Yeah, we talked about it a few episodes ago, so having it on stream sometime this week make it kind of fun to revisit next week for the podcast.
Yeah.
So before we close out, we got next week. We may or may not have Sam Chase here next week. He might stop by real quick just to kind of give us an update on some of the new people and guests coming to the Comic-Con April 6th and 7th.
That's a hard maybe.
We'll all be there, as I've said numerous times. Make sure you follow, subscribe, like, and comment on all of our social media platforms. Facebook at Insane Games NY, Insane Games FL, pod_BTC on Twitter. What's Instagram?
Behind the Counter Pod.
There you go. Behind the Counter on YouTube and Insane Video Games on Twitch. We'll be on there all this week with Dave on Wednesdays, Mike, and maybe all of us on Thursday for late night. Make sure you check us out then.
Some Halo.
Maybe playing a little Halo. We may switch it up. We did Call of Duty and Fortnite last week. Next week we're going to do a lot of Stud or Dud. We didn't get to that today because we were talking for so much. We'll go over the games coming out this week, even though it'll be a week later. And we'll go over all the games coming out for the rest of the month. We have a lot. And then go from there. Anything else anyone wants to go over?
Anybody up for playing Fortnite after this?
Or maybe I'll stick around.
One or two games apiece?
Maybe Mike will get some sleeves for next time.
Hey.
Never. I might go
Get on,
sleeveless
you
always.
seats, boy.
Good to go. We're going to close it out here at exactly an hour and a half. Pretty good show. Hey, I watched, real quick before we close, I watched Justice League the last 2 days. Wonder Woman or Superman?
Watched what?
Wonder Woman or Superman? Who's your favorite? Who's more powerful?
Wonder Woman.
More powerful.
Superman.
More powerful.
Gal Gadot, baby.
Superman. I think Superman kind of destroyed her in Justice League.
Hammer the headbutt into the ground.
And we'll see you guys next week. We're out.
Woo!